Let's cut to the real chase of what happened yesterday.
Yeah, what happened?
After Dak Prescott threw the pick six, ill-advised, bad idea. You can't throw it away when that kid's playing zone, and he made a great break on the foot. It was almost like a Malcolm Butler break on the football. All of a sudden, Dak recomposed himself, and here he came again with another vintage Dak Prescott drive. He's in the process of going 75 yards in maybe 12 or 13 plays, with completions of 6 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, 29 yards on a pass interference, which was a sweet throw to somebody named Noah Brown, because I don't have one other receiver who can get behind anybody. So they put poor Noah Brown, rookie out of Ohio State, undrafted, I think he was late round draft pick, into the game because he timed 4.55 in the 40, which isn't exactly blazing, but it's faster than anybody else I have on the field because Bryce Butler has been inactive for the last 3 games, and he's the only receiver who's actually big and can run.
What's going on, Skip?
What's going on is Dak has nobody who can separate from anybody. So finally, Noah Brown actually gets a step on Byron Maxwell, and it's pass interference, 29 yards, and then he completes the drive, it appeared, by hitting Jason Witten on 3rd and 3. Big throw, big clutch throw from the 10-yard line. All of a sudden, it's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Okay.
And the whole throng at Jerry World is chanting, Zeke, 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 Zeke. I'm at home. Of course, I tweeted at halftime. The second half should be all about the plan of attack. Just keep feeding the beast that is Ezekiel Elliott.
You got number 4.
Yeah,
You don't need to feed Zeke.
1st and goal at the 3. What are my odds if you hand it to him 4 straight times on 1st and goal from the 3? Tell me what, Hall of Famer, give me some odds on what do you think the odds are you get it in the end zone?
I don't know. Zeke's been on vacation.
What do you think? 98%? 99%?
I mean, I got Dak Prescott, so it's 100%. He going to make it happen.
Okay.
He going to make it happen, Skip.
So
Bayless.
on 1st and goal from the 3, they decide to try to trick Seattle by faking it to Zeke, and it's going to be a run option pass play featuring Dak Prescott. And you have Cole Beasley wide open across the back of the end zone.
And what happened?
And what happens is that KJ Wright comes unblocked cleanly up the middle, right in Dak's face, and all of a sudden the play is blown up. And he pulled a minor – this is the second down play. But on the first down play, okay, we'll get to that in just a second. But on the first down play, Dak pulls off a minor miracle to make KJ Wright miss him, and he ducks under and actually extends and gets 1 yard. Now you're 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Zeke, Zeke, Zeke. You got 3 more chances to give it to 21, and all you got to get is 2 yards. Even, I'll give you this. If you run 3 quarterback sneaks, I'll take that. Instead, you blow my mind. You knock me out of my chair. I'm rolling on my carpet saying, what are you doing? You roll out to the right to nowhere. I don't see anybody open. I don't see any design to the play. It fools nobody. And somehow, Jason Witten, a future Hall of Famer, gets some phantom holding call.
Ain't no phantom.
Yes,
You saw it.
I couldn't see it.
Yes, you could.
There's no way I could have called it. But you know what? I'm okay with it because the play was such a bad idea that they deserve to get a holding call on the play and go backward. And then now you're dead because you're 2nd and goal from the 12, and Dak drops back, and the pocket immediately collapses all around him because they can't block anybody because Tyron Smith, the left tackle, is out again. He tried to go the first series, and he is out. And all of a sudden, you get sacked. And wait a second, it's 3rd and goal from the 23 when you had it 1st and goal from the 3?
What?
Are you kidding me?
Skip,
This is mind-boggling.
Hold on.
This is the season.
It is. I know.
They're about to re-seize momentum. There's 8 minutes left in the game when it's 1st and goal at the 3.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And it's 21-12. It's going to be 21-19. And wait, that's only 2 points. I think all of a sudden the crowd gets back into the game, and I think Dallas has a real good shot of winning that game.
If you don't mind me asking, why do you have a problem with Seattle not running the football?
Okay, I don't want to get into that.
But you had no problem with Seattle not running it?
Okay, I don't want to get into it because it's 1st and goal from the 3, and obviously don't get me started on that. Beast Mode was an aging player who had tried 5 times that regular season to get it in from the 1-yard line on 4th and goal and had missed 4 times.
1,300-yard rush,
4 times.
double-digit touchdown,
Okay.
but he's aging. But go ahead.
Okay, but that's a one-shot deal where you're going up against a well-coached defense that's in the Super Bowl. Seattle is not that well coached on defense because
Are
they're
you serious?
decimated. They're decimated on defense.
And they still hanging, and with all the injuries,
So
they still
time
in the
is
playoff
my
hunt.
time, Joy, right?
Take all the time.
I got to finish
You
this.
can talk till tomorrow.
So-
They're not going to the playoffs. Take your time.
3rd and goal from the 23. They dump it to Jason Witten, and all of a sudden they wind up with 4th and goal from the 16. And what happens right on schedule? My year fittingly ends with the most accurate kicker in football. Joy's fantasy kicker misses wide right. The most
Don't bring
accurate
Joy
kicker.
in this.
Wow.
Joy ain't got nothing
Wide
to do
right.
with this.
And I'm saying, what just happened? Because now Dan Bailey has the demons in his mind because they started up in New York when they won that game because he missed 2 field goals and an extra point there, and he misses this one, and then they have some late desperation field goal from 48 yards, and he misses that one. Now I'm worried that my kicker has gone completely south, and we all know when your kicker goes south in this game, he usually stays south. It's rare that a kicker is good enough to bounce back from missing this many. I know he had a groin injury and he missed some games. I'm worried about my kicker even now, but I'm more worried about the head coach who has to be fired after that sequence
Stop
right
calling
there.
for people jobs,
I'm going to call for his job because, look, let's go back to Jimmy Johnson and Norv Turner. What was always the way that it was done by Jimmy Johnson? He doesn't know that much about offense. He's not going to say, let's try this play or that play to Norv Turner, but he is going to say, circumstantially, run Emmett. Run Emmett. He doesn't care what play you call to run Emmett. Just run Emmett. Okay. Or throw it to Michael. Yeah. Or throw it to Novacek. Whatever you want to do, you can call whatever play you want, but he's going to order the coordinator, given the circumstance, to run that kind of play. Mm-hmm. It is up to Jason Garrett, a former coordinator, a former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Really a nice guy. I know Jason pretty well, but not qualified to be the kind of head coach that can take this team to the next level.
What coach can with Jerry over his head coaching the team?
One who has his own say and way. That's the guy.
Jerry's not hiring him.
It is time to move on from Jason Garrett. Do you realize that's the 5th time he's missed the playoffs in 7 seasons? Do you realize if they lose at Philadelphia, he's going to go 8-8 again? And that would be 8-8 for what, the 4th time in 7 seasons? That's who he is. He's 8-8. He's Coach Clapper. The best thing he does is he just keeps clapping his hand and patting guys on the tail when they come off the field. That's the best that this guy can do.
Skip.
You have to overrule. You have to feel the game is in your hands now, and you have to give it to 21 3 times.
When you got 4 back there, if he's as good,
don't.
hold on, Skip. See, and I keep telling you, you're a results guy. Because last year in overtime against Philly, when they ran the boot and let Dak throw it, oh, look at Dak. Look at that play fake. Now you didn't get the results you want. Okay. You want to blame everybody.
I just said it's okay. If you want to try to trick him on first down, I'm okay with that. But you have to block KJ Wright. He's coming on a blitz. You have to pick the right trick play. I just didn't like the design of it.
Run pass option. Cole Beasley was wide open. He faked KJ Wright out. And guess what? He dropped his eyes. Cole Beasley was out. You can blame it on Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's been the same guy that was coach of the year last year.
He's got to go.
And you had no problem.
It's over,
because
Jerry.
You know why you had no problem?
Jerry had the audacity to defend him after the game. It's just horrendous. And again, I don't even blame Scott Linehan for that. That's about the head coach saying no to the coordinator.
Jerry is the head coach. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Skip. They lost the game in which the team had more penalty yards than total yards. You know why? Because your guy, they were booked late, Joey. They couldn't get no reservation. He said, I like a reservation for a 6 in the kettle. Thank you, Dak. He had made a mistake again. Throw it to the Dez. I told you, Skip.
Speaking of I told you.
Let me finish this point, then I'm going to let you take it away. Skip, the problem is that they've instructed Dak to throw the ball to Dez regardless or not. Last year, his reads, if he was covered, he wouldn't throw it. They're telling him to force it to him. Dez can make those plays. Skip, he cannot. He cannot, Skip. So I don't know what y'all going to do. You got an aging receiver. There's 32 teams in this league, Skip. 31 if you count the Cowboys. Take the Cowboys with Dez on their team. With the exception of maybe 3, Dez Bryant would not be the #1 receiver on probably 28, 29 of those teams in the NFL.
I might go to 32, but go ahead.
No,
Seriously.
I mean, maybe San Francisco, Skip.
I don't know.
Maybe San. But if you look at all around the league, Skip, you tell me the team that Dez Bryant right now would be the number one receiver on.
I just don't know it, which leads to my next point. Two people have to be gone by next year for this team to have any chance to break through. It has to be the head coach is gone, and it has to be number 88 is gone, because he has turned into far more trouble than he is worth. 88, it just throws up the X when he tries to catch passes. He's lost a step of quickness. He's lost 2 steps of speed. And worst of all, he's lost all of his confidence in his hands. He is a disaster trying to catch the football. The simplest pass is going to go right through his hands.
The problem is, Skip, is that he's stomping around and all in the coordinator's face, and then everybody that will listen to him, give me the ball. And Skip, when they give him the ball, what happened? Maxwell punches it out. He said, give me the ball. What did it do? It caroms right up his hand. But you heard what Dak said. Dak said, I guess I got to hit him in the face mask with the ball, because I got to give him something he can catch. Ooh, Skip. Ooh, how you think Dez going to take that, Skip?
Well, how did he take it after game number 1 last year when they barely lost to Eli at home? Dez was complaining about not enough targets. And Dak Prescott, the first-year rookie quarterback starter for the Cowboys, said, I will throw it to him when he is open. And they proceeded, after Dez got hurt, to win 3 straight games without Dez Bryant and with Bryce Butler. They went to Lambeau Field, and Dak outplayed, once again, Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau with Bryce Butler as his number 1 receiver. What does that tell you, Hall of Famer? It tells you Dez Bryant's just a liability. He's not necessary.
Joe, I don't know what it tells you, but it tells me, anybody that follows the game or studies the game tells me that Dak Prescott has regressed from last year. That's what it tells me. Now, I don't know what it's telling you over there.
So he was 3rd in QBR last year in the NFL, and he's 4th this year. So that's a dramatic, precipitous fall.
I got it. My shop is open. I open on Christmas Day just for anybody that wants some of them hot ales.
Giving out holiday
hot ales. Skip, how does that feel? You're playing a meaningless game. Dak Prescott has more interceptions than Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco, Eli, Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles threw 3 yesterday, and Dak still got more.
The problem that Dak Prescott has had all year, you just summed up. The coaches are saying, we have no choice. You have to force the ball to 88 because defenses are single covering 88. You claim you don't listen to the sound.
I don't.
But Troy Aikman made the point again and again yesterday. Dez Bryant at the top of the formation is single covered, and they've got 15 men in the box. They're just saying, you can't beat us with Ezekiel Elliott, but you can have 88 all you want on somebody not named Richard Sherman.
Skip,
are you kidding me?
I've been telling you that.
Wow.
Everybody, you said
no, I've been telling you that.
Skip.
I've been telling you that since game 2. What happened? The biggest disaster of the year was the one at Denver when they just collapsed in their second game.
When they had 16 targets.
Ramrodded the New York Giants that you picked to win the division.
But you do understand, I caught balls and ran routes for a living. I know what a receiver should be able to do. And what did Antonio Cromartie told you? Now, I told you before we even talking to him, I said, Dez got 2 routes. He run in break and he got the back shoulder fade. What did Cromartie tell you?
I'm not even sure he has more than 1 route. I mean, I just see slants. That's about all I can see from him.
But
There's back shoulder.
Exactly.
Okay.
Skip, he used to be athletic and he could battle you for those balls. Skip, think about this here. The same play that Tom Brady threw Gronk with a back shoulder, but Gronk made a play. If the ball's not perfect, Dez can't make a play for you. It's that simple.
He made 1 catch yesterday when Dak made an incredible athletic play running for his life to his left and threw it across his body and threw a rope to Dez on the sideline, and it was one he had to actually lock in on and say, this is going to be really difficult, so it took the pressure off.
How did he catch it? It is by, thank you.
Diving across the out-of-bounds line. So I want people to grasp these numbers because Dez Bryant has now been targeted 124 times. That's the 11th most targets in the whole league.
Is that good?
He has caught 66 balls, which is tied for 23rd in the league. 2 plus 2 do not equal 4. They equal liability.
Yeah.
Because you're throwing him way too many targets with way too few catches. And the Dallas Morning News had him going into the game yesterday tied for the lead with 10 drops. I had him for 2 more drops yesterday. I had him for a drop on the second play of the game. He runs his little, whatever you want to call it, drag route or slant, whatever. And Dak just hits him right in the hands. This is a tone-setting play, if we could see this. This is an early play where you just got to catch that. Just hits him right in the hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you catch that with one hand.
Yeah.
You just put it in your back pocket. It's just right where it's supposed to be. And the whole team, you could just see the body language just sag because, here we go again.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.